Actually, I probably need to tell that story about Don Peppas, how he happened to be in my life. The year was 2010, and back then I started going to Costa Rica in 2008, and I was going a few times a year because I was seriously considering moving to Costa Rica eventually. And I was going there by myself because I know Spanish. I was renting car. I was renting some hotels. I was driving throughout the country, and I really loved the country. I felt safe. I wasn't afraid of traveling alone, and this was. But I preferred the northern part of Costa Rica. I was flying always to Liberia versus San Jose, the capital of Costa Rica. Liberia is closer to Nicaraguan border, and I stayed there in the province of Guanacaste, and not in Tamarindo. Tamarindo is the largest, the most famous tourist attraction in Guanacaste, but I stayed in closer to even higher north over there in the area of La Playa, Panama, and and some and vicinity over there. I stayed in the hotel in the middle of nowhere, and there was a manager of the hotel. He was a guy from Spain. His name is Kiki. Kiki, if you're watching right now, hello. And I mean, he also loves all the animals. He always has, like, he's saving dogs, saving cats, and everyone. And we were just walking through the village, and there was a group of guys. I mean, there was a little kitten, and he was so malnourished, and I was told that the kids were playing soccer with him, and he was poorly broken. He was about, I don't know, it was September when I was traveling, and this kitten was, when we brought him to the vet, well, he was, it was said that he was about 5 weeks old, between 4 and 5 weeks old. So Kiki and I, we brought him to the vet clinic, and that kitten was the rib cage. You can just count all the ribs. The neck was this thin and long. His ears were huge ears. I literally, that's when Peppa is jokingly saying that my mom thought that my ears would become my wings. I really thought that they would be wings one day. And those sick eyes. And that's where his name is coming from, because whatever the vet just managed to say, she looked at this kitten, poor kitten, and she says, Pobrecito, que pepas tienes. Pepas, apparently I was explained, and later it was sick eyes, sick eyes in Costa Rican language, Spanish. And so that name Peppa stuck with him. And first it didn't occur to me. So we dewormed him. Put his legs together. We just made sure we nourished him back to life. And he was brought to live in that hotel. But the hotel, again, all Costa Rican hotels, not the big chains, not fancy, because I didn't stay in fancy hotels. I stayed in this uh, owned and operated by locals, because I wanted to experience life in Costa Rica, and that's why I stayed in the hotels like that. And he was living in the kitchen area because he was fed rice and beans, literally rice and beans, and he was happy to eat anything. There were two other cats living there, one female cat, adult cat, and another male cat. Male cat didn't like him, and female actually didn't give him time of a day, but he was literally begging for attention, begging for attention. And I back then was after my trauma, losing my pure breed Himalayan cat named Marilyn, because she was blue-eyed blonde, and it was tragic end. And it was about 3 years since I lost her, and I swore on her grave, saying, no more cats, no more pets in my life, no more animals. it's just because I don't know where my life is going to take me. And for the cat, for the pet, you have to have your life organized, because you have to provide the animal with love and attention. And if you have an animal in your life, then you really have to build your life around that animal, and not vice versa. So anyway, and I remember sitting in the canteen, or in the dining hall, since I was sometimes one few days I was just the only tourist in the hotel, and having my breakfast, and that little kitten was crawling down there, and I'm like, don't look at him, don't look at him, you'll bond with him, you'll bond, don't look at him. Okay, I looked at him. Then, don't take him, don't pick him up, don't pick him up, don't pick him up. Okay, I picked him up. And then, okay, don't kiss him, don't kiss him, don't kiss. But that cat, he knew how to get into my heart. And he just started kissing me and just crawling around my neck. And of course, I kissed him. And that kiss sealed our relationship. And then it took me, so first I called, that back then it was, I mean, I don't remember what airline it was, Continental. So anyway, I was supposed to, I called them saying, can I bring a cat with me? They said, well, you will need to have that paperwork with you. And we went back to the vet, and it was already like mid-September, I'm telling you. She says, okay, let's see how old he is. He is about 5 weeks. And since it was mid-September, 5 weeks, and I thinking that probably he was born August 4th. And I appointed that number August 4th because my birthday is February 4th. And I'm thinking that it's going to be easy to remember that date, because it's going to be my half birthday, then Peppa's birthday, and we're going to be celebrating 2 birthdays a year, his birthday and my birthday. So the vet is saying he will need rabies shot and some other shots to be admitted to the airplane. And she says those shots have to be a week apart. I said, no, I don't have a week. I need to go back to the United States. And she says, well, listen, without you, this cat is going to die. And let's give him all the shots right now at the same time. If he dies, he dies. If he doesn't, then he won't live. He wants to live. He really wants to survive, and then he'll fly with you. And that was our gamble. And Pepas really wanted to live, and he chose life. He survived. He got all the certificates. And what I want to tell you, I don't know what's going on right now in Costa Rica. It's been a while since I visited that country. I think it was 5 years ago last time I went there. They are so happy when someone from the United States or from Europe or from some other country adopts their pet. They will cater to you, providing all the documentation. You just pay, and they'll go to the capital, they'll go to all the vet officials, they get all the seals, they get all the documents, all the paperwork. So within 24 hours, Don Pepas was ready to fly. And this is just the beginning of the story. And Don Pepas already had his space in my heart. He really occupied there very, very, I mean, he claimed my heart, and we bonded so fast. He slept with me in my room. He was an independent cat. He started eating food as if, you know what, I mean, the poor kitten literally ate beans and rice. And now I'm recommending you this very expensive Hawaiian wet food that he is eating. So anyway, and I'm calling this Continental, and they're saying, okay, you can buy hard container pet carrier, and he will be flying in the cargo compartment. And no, yeah, of course you can bring him, and it's going to cost you an extra $100. On the day of flying to the United States, we are coming to the airport, and I asked this manager, because it was kind of to carry Peppers and everything. I asked him to be with me at the airport in case something happens. I don't know what I felt, how I felt that something might happen. And we come to the airport, and I was flying through Dallas, and Dallas was my layover. And all cargo is being unloaded from the plane and then loaded into another one. But in between, the items are stored on tarmac. And if you're carrying an animal, it has to be below 92.5 degrees. But that day, the temperature in Dallas was expected to be 100 degrees. And they said, no, we're not taking your cat on board. I said, how come? I mean, I need to fly. They said, no, we are not taking your cat on board, period. Okay, so what to do? I don't know. I said, well, Kiki, you take my cat back to Costa Rica, I mean, to the hotel, and I'll make sure that I'll come back in a week just to pick Don Peppers up and then fly back to California. And he said, okay. So here I'm flying to California. Then I do some other research, find the airline which carry cats in cabin, and in a week I'm flying. I'm buying a ticket, round trip ticket. So on Saturday I'm flying to Costa Rica, and on Sunday I'm flying back just to pick Peppers up, and that's what's going to happen. So I am flying there, and Kiki is meeting us in Liberia airport. He brings Don Peppers to me. We are staying in the hotel. I have this hard carrier because I bought that for the transportation within the cargo department compartment. And the next morning, well, first of all, the crew that flew to Costa Rica, they all learned my story, and I said, I'm flying only there with you, and I'm flying with you back in the same plane because I'm there just to pick my cat up, and then I'm flying back. And everyone like, this is the crazy woman who is going to Costa Rica for one night just to pick her animal up. And that was, so the flight attendants, they all knew me. And the very next morning, I'm climbing aboard, and the flight attendant saying, hey, listen, you have this hard carrier, but it's not going to fit underneath on your seat. You need to have another carrier, and definitely I don't have any time where to buy a soft carrier. I don't have anything. I don't know what to do, and how to, and they said, okay, since we know you, we're going to get you out of Costa Rica, but in Texas you'll need to do something about that. Okay, out of Costa Rica we flew, and Don Peppers and I flying, and everything is good. And then of course on the flight to San Francisco, we are not being let on a plane, saying that, you know, we are not taking this type of carrier. And I don't know what to do. I said, okay, we're going to miss the plane. Then I'll probably need to go and stay overnight in some hotel, find the soft carrier. And the story goes again and again and again. I'm so tired. I'm crying. Don Peppers is upset, and everything is just, I don't know what's going to happen. And the plane is about to leave, and all of a sudden someone from the crew also of this airplane saying, don't don't close the door, don't close the door, someone is bringing the soft carrier to sell you. I'm going to, so here I am at the door, at the gate. I am buying a soft carrier for $50. At that time I was ready to buy whatever, to pay whatever money. And I said, okay, we are leaving this hard carrier right here by the door. They said, no, we are going to bring it with you to on the plane, and you'll get it in San Francisco. So by the time we were the last one to board the plane with my cat, we entered the cabin. Everyone is like, they are flying. Don Peppers is flying. Everyone is flying back home to San Francisco. We were celebrities once on board. So Don Peppers had his fame from the very, very kittenhood. And we landed in San Francisco, and he is a legal alien. He is a legal alien. He went through customs. He got his name, Don Peppers. Don is the honorific Spanish for Mr. or Master. So he is Don Pepas. That's how his name came about, and that's his story, and that's why we are very, very close. And today, I mean, the August 13th, I mean, the August, let me let me stop. August 4th, he is going to be 13 years old, and he is a true citizen of the United States of America, and he speaks three languages: Spanish, English, and Russian, of course. And that was my long story about Don Pepas. I think I never shared it in its entirety because it's really for me to fly just for one night there to pick my peppers up. That was okay. Yes, yes, I did meet my okay, Gerhard. I met Don Pepas in Costa Rica.